Hey everybody, Vernon Prout here for Elixir Strings. Today I want to talk to you about a technique that I use quite often called palm muting. Palm muting is when you use the outer ridge of your hand to mute the strings. It gives you a much thicker, more percussive, punchier sound. It's very reminiscent of the tone James Jamerson used to get in the Motown days. Back then what they used to do was take a sponge and they would stick it under the bridge, under the strings at the bridge, or a piece of felt, a piece of foam, anything like that to kind of help absorb the resonance of the strings. What that did is mute the strings so it doesn't sustain as long. The great part about this technique is that when you do this, you can switch back and forth from a muted tone to a sustained tone if you're playing fingerstyle, or if you're slapping, anything like that, if you're chording, and not have to worry about having that piece of foam in the bridge. And you can switch back and forth in the same song without having to worry about those downsides of having that one sound the entire time. So to dive right in, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the outer edge of our hand. We're going to take it and we're going to just rest it gently right up in front of the saddle. The saddle is the part that the strings go over. So we're going to rest it right in front of the saddle at the bridge. You're not going to put it behind the saddle or on top of the saddle, because then it won't have any effect. You're going to put it right in front of the saddle and you're just going to rest your hand there. You're not going to push down on it. You're not going to apply too much pressure. Normally just the weight of your hands, it's a very delicate touch. The weight of your hands is more than enough to get the job done. Next, to strike the notes, you can use your first finger or your middle finger to do it. I like to use those when I'm doing octave picking with it, but they don't sound quite as robust as using your thumb. So you're just going to take your thumb and strike straight down, a lot like you'll see with Victor Wooten in his thumping technique, but we're just going to go straight down one direction. So you're going to take it, put your hand right there at the bridge, not a lot of pressure, and it sounds a lot like this. So if I want to do an octave with it, what I'll do is I'll strike with my thumb and I'll pluck with my first finger. And you can hear the difference where one sounds nice and boomy, robust, and the other is a lot thinner with it. You can use it for chops if you want to do it. Another cool thing about this is that you can be very expressive with it. If you want to get a little bit more expressive, you can apply a bit more pressure to it, and that makes it a little bit more staccato. It's not as much sustain. It sounds like, and if I let off on the pressure, you'll see the notes sustain a little bit more. They'll resonate a little bit more. And like I said before, it's a delicate touch. You don't got to do much with it. Very simple, a great technique that's great to have in your toolkit and your toolbox. I hope this helps you out a lot. Again, this is Vernon Prout for Elixir Strings. Have a good one.